Hello guys, it's me again, back for another iPad app review. I've been planning to have this review done in a long time, but stuff keep on coming up, and I got sidetracked and everything. I mean, I recorded this once, but then it went horrible because I was kind of sick, so I was coughing all over the place and stuff. Anyway, before I got sidetracked more, today we have Brothers in Arms 2 Global Front. Yes, this is a World War II game. It's by Gameloft. You can see right there. It's the basic story is about after hearing his brother's death. I think Wilson's the main character. He decides to dig into the matter and see what happened to his brother, because his death causes him to lose his Medal of Honor, which he thinks is not his brother-like conduct. Hold on. Let me see. Make that a little broader. Alright. The game starts off with a good animation, but you can skip that. And voila, we got the main menu page right here. The Brothers in Arms 2 is one of the many FPS titles that Gameloft had created. The game has managed to maximize the iPad potential for a 3D game and the HD, So in here, you can expect what the iPad can do for the graphics. So you can imagine this is a first-person shooter kind of thing. So you're gonna have virtual joysticks, which I never managed to get used to it. But the joysticks ones are pretty unique because it's trying to add variety to the gameplay. Right now I'm gonna start a game to show you what I'm saying. There are cutscenes in the game, and you can either skip them or watch them. It's worth a watch. But if you can see here, there's a couple of controls down there. There's the movement joystick. There's the crouch button or slider. There's the changing weapons right there. There's firing, and to fire you kind of press a button while aiming. There's a sprint, and there's an aim. Here's the interesting, and a grenade. Here's the interesting thing. The sprint button will change depending on your environment. Like right here, it changes from running to take cover. If you press that immediately, you'll take cover, and if you press that, you'll jump to the other side. And you can do the little behind the defense firing action. You can even aim for better accuracy. And this game has auto aim, so it saves you time, and you actually really want the auto aim because the controls here are kind of horrible. And thanks to the little jump effect right there, it makes it annoying because you thought you're running and suddenly you take cover, but then suddenly you jump out of the cover. If you don't get used to the controls, you will suddenly jump out of cover and be killed. So another thing is that you have to get used to the auto aim, because sometimes you just went out of focus and kind of the screen freaks out and you don't know what you're doing, and you just kind of got killed most of the time. But the horrible controls are basically the only thing wrong with this game, because as you can imagine from a World War II game, it's always going to be a linear style pattern, which means you will know where you'll be going. And considering this is a handheld game, that kind of excuse is acceptable, because come on, you don't really have a lot of room to mess around with the environment and controls. But they did a good job on making the environment as realistic as possible, because like if you're not in cover, you will get fired. And the storyline is the most important part. It is actually how do I say this? Interesting, maybe. It keeps me hooked. I'm not gonna lie. I don't get hooked in a lot of games. Usually I play them because I purchased them and got interested for the first few days. But this one, I really want to finish the game because I really want to know, what happened. So it keeps me in game. The story and not the whole story, but the story inside a level is also quite interesting. So you might want to give it a shot. The only downside, as I say a million times, is the control. You have to get used to it in a while, and sometimes it's buggy. I had a couple of cases where a mission cannot be conducted because I got bugged. The game didn't crash though. I just kind of got stuck in a loop, but a little refresh of the game would fix that matter. Now, that's basically the main gameplay you saw me playing while blabbering, but the developers also try to, you know, enhance the gameplay by besides just using an army, being an army, you could ride other vehicles, although the vehicles are level bounded, which means you don't just randomly go in. You can just find a vehicle and go into. You have to be in the right level. Like this one, I'm in a tank, and my mission is just to infiltrate the enemy's base. Now some levels are like this where you have an option, you will be in a vehicle, but you won't have the option to be in or not in a vehicle, because as I said, the vehicles are level bounded. But this is a good way to keep you kind of in shape, you know, not in shape, kind of keep you kind of entertained, because come on, being an army at whole time is just plain boring, and this way is gonna keep variety to the gameplay. That's the word I was trying to look for. And last but not least is the multiplayer. Yes, we have multiplayer here. You have the local and you have the online one. Local, you have to have other people. I think you can connect to the iPhone too, but online is the most interesting one. Of course, you have to have a Gameloft account, and the downside of this is that if you join a full room like this one, oh, sorry, full, never mind. If you join a room where it's already crowded, the game does not really utilize a good respawn system, which means you're going to get respawned in the same spot where you always get respawned, which means an enemy would just need to hog up your respawn base, and surely they could just pin you down with a grenade launcher and whatnot, and you will die. Sadly, this is not what's going on with me right now, but that happened to me a lot. Well, when the game was newly published, everyone was playing online and people figured it out. So yeah, well, right now I'm trying to find if there is anyone. I grabbed the machine gun. You probably won't be a fan. I'm not a fan of this because the controls are quite hard to manipulate. Look, I tried to kill that guy and he's not dead. And I just killed that guy. Alright then, that's disappointing. But basically that's the online game, as you can imagine. And that's everything. The others are just achievements, you know, the usual stuff. You saw the gameplay, you saw the multiplayer, and the achievements are just little, you know, trophies that you managed to do, like kill an enemy with a flamethrower and all those stuff. Yes, there are various kind of weapons. So I purchased this game when it was around 99 cents. I think they were having a sale. I don't know what's it cost right now, but you saw the gameplay, and if you think it's worth the shot, I think it's worth the shot. Obviously there's no replay value in this game, because once you finish it, that's it, unless you're the achievement kind of type, but which I'm not. So if the game is on sale, it's worth getting, but other than that, I don't know. If you got used to the controls and you like World War II stuff, I guess. But I just purchased this game because of the sale and the fact that my other games been kind of boring lately. But in here I have other games. I already made some reviews about them. If you want to know, if you want me to review one of these games that you see, feel free to put it in the comment box or inbox me, and I usually type out my review before I publish them, and it's going to be in my blog, which I'm going to have a link in the description box, or if I'm remembered, up here, hopefully. I guess that's about it. Thank you for watching, guys. See you guys later.